we just got back. We got back yesterday. It's been day 2. We got the 2 pups from CloverField K9. And so I put up a video at the facility hanging out with Laura, super awesome person, facility, everything. And so when I put the video up of me going through a selection of whatever it was with them, some people said, well, how do you pick your puppies? And you should do a video on puppies. So this is them. We're gonna do the best we can to keep them from having accidents. So we'll see what happens. But they're just gonna be playing around. You'll hear them get a little feisty or frisky or whatever. But at the end of the video, you're going to see, when I got here yesterday, I brought them in individually. You're gonna have about 5 minutes of video. And what you'll see is that I bring one in at a time, I set it down, and then I just let them go around and do what they do. And you're gonna see how they handle a new facility all by themselves. So if you don't wanna hear this part, skip to the end, and you can see the 2 dogs individually on how they go. All right, so picking dogs. I prefer to pick dogs that are between 4 to 6 months old. The reason why 4 to 6 months old is because 4 months is where I feel like the dog's old enough to really start putting some stuff on them. What I mean by putting stuff on them is start teaching more advanced behaviors like retrieves, directionals, casting, like animated or precision heeling, bite work, not just agitation at the end of the line, but more so like targeting and the type of bite, like driving into a bite versus pulling and thrashing and spinning out. So that stuff is very fun for me. I feel like before that, you can still teach stuff, but you're not as able to get a lot done. One, because the puppies are just so young. Their ability to comprehend or stay, he's licking the glass. Their ability to like work and do stuff is like not as strong. All right, older than 6 months. The reason why I don't like to go a lot older than 6 months is because I feel like 6 months is still a good age where you can really raise the puppy. So you're not just getting an older dog and like the dog's already potty trained and everything else. Like you can, teach the dog everything. I obviously took puppies that were younger than 6 or 4 months old. The reason why I took them younger than 4 months old is because Laura's super awesome. Laura understands what I'm looking for. She also understands that even if you have really good dogs, they're sliding everywhere. Even if you have really good dogs, it doesn't guarantee that when you breed them, they're gonna produce the best dogs. So she knows that you can have strong dogs, and then when you have strong dogs, they may produce soft dogs, or soft dogs may produce strong dogs. So I told her, I was like, I've been checking these dogs out, looking at these dogs, they look great, I get them back to the facility, and they're just like flat and shut down. And she's like, no, I totally get it. So she's like, if you don't like the puppies, you bring them right back to me. So she had dogs there that she had taken back from people. She totally stands behind that. Other people get a little frustrated with that. So, and I understand why too. They breed puppies, sell puppies, and then they want the puppies to go to a good home. So when people call them back and they're like, hey, this isn't working out, they're not really looking forward to taking the dogs back because they're trying to get rid of the dogs. So I understand where they're coming from. But Laura is very, very different in that manner. Big things I look for is stuff like this. And I get that there's 2 of them playing, but again, that's why if you go to the very end, you will see them by themselves in here by themselves for the first time. Tail up high, running around, wild, goofy, grabbing things, latching onto different things, all that stuff, just running around. Even when he takes off, he just has to bounce and prance. They're just full of energy, ready to go. They're grabbing things, grabbing each other, biting things. They just want to work. The other thing is they're not terrified. He's exploring over there. He's sliding around. They're wiping out. They're not afraid because they wiped out. They're not afraid because the chairs are moving. Like they're not bothered by life. I'll even throw in a segment. I'll probably throw in a segment right here where I just go outside. I just took them outside to go potty. And there's a riding lawnmower loud right beside them where what I can see would probably be the first time. And they're not bothered by anything. So what that means is I have a nice canvas. I have a nice canvas to be able to work on where I don't have head problems. Head problems mean the dog's afraid of things and can't work because it's got to overcome its fear. He's stalking him right now. He's got to overcome his fear. People talk about right genetics and everything else. You just can't play God. I know people think they can. And for all the breeders out there, I'll tell you this, all the breeders that are like, my dogs would be able to do this and my dogs would be able to do that. If those people are that confident, and again, I'm not talking crap or trying to degrade them or anything. I've asked a lot of breeders that are so confident. I'm like, can you produce the dog I want? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, good. I want a 70 to 75 pound dog. I want this specific color. I want the dog to have really strong prey drive, but I want the dog to be social. I don't want the dog to be possessive. I want the dog to like dogs. I want the dog to like people. I want the dog to have a good solid grip. Can you produce that for me? And I'll pick it up in like 3 months. And they're like, No. So there's limitations to that stuff. So that's my point, is you can't guarantee genetics. But overall, super social, super happy. Dogs want to grab things, pick things up, the way they carry themselves. They're not afraid the world's going to fall on them. All right, so when we deal with this stuff, when we go through this stuff, like the puppies prior, the reason why I didn't keep those is because they looked great on the field. But when I brought them into the facility, like they couldn't process life. Like, and Misty, who's recording right now, she's just standing there, just not being weird, you know, because people are like, well, move, you know, she's just walking. And the dog's just like terrified to come towards her. The dog's terrified to even like engage with her, tail between the leg, hair up on the back. And I'm like, okay, it's first day, first time. All right, 3 days later, same person, same facility. It's still a problem, you know, same thing, house, same thing. And the dog would do really good in other areas too. Like the dog would do really good when I took her to different places, but then certain situations, she just fell apart. These guys out of the whole litter, the reason why I picked them, they're actually kind of complete opposites besides their desire to engage. The darker one is the smaller one. He got pushed around quite a bit. So he always like kind of stayed on the outside, but tried to engage. The bigger one, the lighter one, was the dominant one. Like he was pushing everybody around. He was telling everybody what to do. That's not why I picked him. Yeah, right now they're like, can I grab that vest? I didn't pick him because he's dominant. I picked him because every time I brought him out, he was super social, climbed all over everything, grabbed every toy, just played every single time. Same thing for this guy. This guy just found a bone underneath their jacket. They're constantly searching for stuff. But the rest of the puppies, they would engage, but it was not as consistent. So what I mean by that is they would engage, but then I would bring them out and they wouldn't play with toys. And then I'd bring them out and they would play with toys. Then I'd bring them out and they'd say hi to me. And then I'd bring them out and they wouldn't say hi to me. So it was like every time I brought the other puppies out, it was like I brought a totally different dog out every single time. And so over a period of 3 or 4 days, bringing these guys out multiple times a day, they were always very consistent. So I was like, I bet you anything, this guy that's kind of softer, once he gets out of that litter, and it's already been like a day or two, once he gets out of the litter, he's going to stop getting bullied around by the ones that are like 4 pounds heavier than him. And his confidence is going to go through the roof. And that's what's been happening. He's now messing with the biggest one that was in the litter. You know, and even talking to Laura, like I'm like, how's the dynamic of the litter? And she's like, it's completely changed. And that always happens, even with people. You put a group of people together, and then you start changing those people. He just figured out that towel's there. He's about to get that. You change people and groups will change. So like leaders will change, followers will change. You take a person out, you put a different person in, the whole dynamic of the group will change too. So that leads me to the point of where I talk about puppies are just like people. Puppies are exactly like people, all right? So an example would be like when you find your spouse or you're looking for your spouse, you don't just like walk out there and you're like, you'll do. Like, we'll just make it happen. Some people do. Some people do the whole mail-ordered bride. Some people still do the prearranged marriages. I get it. So there's always going to be an argument to every side. But my point is, people date for specific reasons. Hopefully they date to be able to find out who the other person is. So like, do you like to travel? I don't. Do you like to go hiking? I don't. Do you want kids? Absolutely not. You know, so like those things are important to discuss before you get married. I think because like if you're one of those people that like all that stuff and then you marry somebody who doesn't, you're going to be like constant conflict the whole time. So that's puppy. Do you like to play? Do you want to engage? Do you want to do stuff? They're messing with Misty's leg right now. And it's just a lot nicer if you have a puppy that wants to do those things. Same thing for people and work. So this is pretty cool. We'll see what happens here. I think of like work and work ethic as equivalent to drive. So people who, people who want to work are like dogs that have drive. Like you don't have to motivate them. You don't have to jump up and down like cheerleaders to try to get them to want to play with the toy. Like they just go pick up the toy. The people who have work ethic, you don't have to remind them to show up to work on time. You don't have to remind them how to do their job. Like they're excited about their job, they're confident about their job, they feel good about their job, but all that different stuff. So that's my thing in this is when it goes back to when you find the puppy and you pick a puppy that's actually like designed and built the way that you live your life, you will be 10 times happier. He's like trying to sit in the water. But that's just my take on it, all right? I've been told that my choice of puppies is like a very rare choice. But then I debate that, and I'll tell you how I debate that. We're gonna bring him back in. Come on. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Oh, you almost did it. People tell me that my choice of puppy is like the 5% or the perfect puppy. You just want the perfect puppy. I have a hard time with that because of this. All right. So these are like the machines of the dog world. Like these are the dogs that the police use. These are the dogs that the military use. This is what we use to like hunt people down. Like if there was a shooter in a house that just ran from the police, they'd be sending a dog in. They're not sending in the sheepadoo, the schmeagle, the snarky poo, the bug boggle, and the whatever you call them, right? They're sending these guys in because these are the tough of the tough. And being somebody who has owned a dog training facility for pet dogs for 20 years, almost 20 years now, it's like you look at those dogs come in, you look at the dachshunds, you look at the doodles, and they come in at 10 weeks old and they don't have to have 16 years of confidence building. They walk in the door, they're happy to see people, they're happy to engage with people, they're happy to play while we're changing all the rules. We're rewriting everything, which can be stressful for dogs. But when I get these guys and I talk to the breeders, not this breeder, and I'm like, the dog's very soft. They're like, well, you got to build him up and you got to give him time. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is it a requirement that I build up a dog that's like bred for war to be able to like walk in an empty room and say hi to somebody and like the schmorky just like dominating everybody? Like, why is that a thing? Like, nobody seems to be able to explain that to me. So I have a hard time believing that if I put 6 months into this war machine, that he's gonna like turn into this dog that just like is totally confident now. And again, I'm not saying that some people can't build their dog up. I'm not saying that you can't train the dog, but I'm afraid of heights. I've always been that way. You are not going to make me like heights. I'm afraid of spiders. I'm always going to be afraid of spiders. I didn't get mugged by a spider. I didn't get carjacked by a spider. I didn't have a gang of spiders jump me after school. Like, I've just always been afraid of spiders. So people are like, what'd you do to the dog then? He was super social. What'd you do here? What'd you do there? Sometimes it's just the dog, but you won't ever really hear breeders say that. So the reason why I'm telling you that is because when I travel around and I go to clubs and I do competitions and I do all this stuff, you see a lot of people investing so much time into a puppy that you can see like 6 months old, a year old, like that dog just does not have the genetic makeup. But people try to force the dog to be something it's not. And that's why it's super important to me. It's not just for selfish reasons. People are like, you just want like the perfect dog and don't care about the dog. That's the complete opposite. That is the biggest lie in the entire world. I do not enjoy trying to make a dog do something that it's terrified to do. I do not enjoy trying to make the dog do something that it doesn't have a desire to do. I'd much rather have a dog that wants to engage. So, all right, what time are we at here? How long have I been yakking?
13 minutes.
That's not too bad. You guys are doing okay. You're not suffering that bad. All right, so we've talked about the age I like. We've talked about the qualities I like. We've talked about other puppies that I got and what happened to them, like when I get them at the facility. We talked about why I picked those specific two. We also talked about that a lot of the testing that I do is individual by themselves because, that's why. When you're shopping for puppies, people like to show the best of the best, and they don't like to show bad things. So what I mean by bad things are, if the dog's kind of flat, they're always going to show you a video of the dog. There's the mirror. They're always going to show you a video of the dog when it's chasing a ball, so it looks good, right? Or they're going to show you stuff with the litter mates. I always test everything, like with the dog by itself, no engagement. So that's what we're going to jump to. We're going to jump to that, and it's the 2 5-minute videos. And the 5-minute videos are roughly 5 minutes. I bring in him by himself, and I bring in him by himself. And I just walk around the facility and I just go to different places and do different things. And I have them just follow me around, and you'll see their natural response to walking into dark offices, rooms, dark closets, dark lobbies, just jumping on stuff brand new for the first time, going up and down the stairs. And you're going to see like they're not broken. And these puppies are a month and 2 months younger than the other dogs that I got. And the other dogs I got, like, they're nice places, like they're good people. those puppies I just brought home, I could just feel they weren't for me. It's nothing personal to anybody either, and I don't think it should be that way. And those people were really great about taking the dogs back too. I wouldn't say they were excited, but they weren't like, screw you, you're stuck with the puppy. So again, always make sure you get the dog that fits your lifestyle. Breed, sex, color, all that stuff shouldn't really matter. You do breed, sex, or toy, or I say toy because you lost the toy. You do breed, sex, or color. The chances of you getting the dog that you want is not going to be high. Why? Because you're not looking at internal, you're looking at external, and external does not always guarantee internal. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So enough of that. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you have questions, comment below, and we'll do the best we can to respond. But these guys, I think, are going to be pretty good. Pretty good. You're sassy. You're sassy. Oh, you're sassy. All right, we got pup number 1 by himself. No toys, nothing, helping out. Perfect. Even better. These are kind of slick, so I'm going to help them down. Come here. There we go. Like a champ. Good job. And they're 8 weeks old now. Probably already said that in the video, but come here. Don't you pee? Come here. Come on, you probably do have to pee. Furnished room, noises, dark, no problem. Come on, up. Mirror, you see yourself? Perfect. Wipe out. Hey. Come on. Up. Room, office, jumping in the chair. He almost flipped backwards. Get up there. Get up there. That's a boy. Come on. So, come on. Yeah, no problems at all. Normal, happy puppy. Shouldn't take 12 years to acclimate to being able to walk into a room that he's unfamiliar with. Shouldn't need his whole litter and his mom to make him comfortable. Should just be able to, come on, be a puppy and do puppy things. All right, so now we're gonna jump into playtime. Hey, pup. Oh, we're gonna take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, we got some wet pads, so we're gonna move to a rubber floor. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, just a normal puppy wanting to play and do all the stuff here. Good job, bud. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Very nice. Happy. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. So nice. Come on. go. Yep. Go ahead, right up here. There we go. Pick item up. Return to the box. Ah, he's trying to shake it while he holds it. There we go. Very nice job. Very nice job. Awesome. All right, pup number 2. Yeah, that's good. Come on, up, 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 up. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Come on. Oh. You're gonna fall. Come on. He's still stretching. He just woke up. Come on, sleepyhead. All right, we're there. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Same thing. Dark room. No crazy panic or freak out over the mirror. More dark rooms. Well, he took a turn. Come on. You're so small. Yeah. Good boy. There we go. Now we're waking up. Now you're waking up. Dark room. I don't know if you guys will be able to see me in here or not, or the dog. Come on. Come on. Very nice. So being able to come into a room, go different places, all that stuff, get on objects. We're about to pee again, so we're gonna shoot to a potty break. But yeah, just what you would expect from a normal, stable 8-week-old puppy. Now, same thing with him. There we go. That's a boy. Just ready to play. Nothing crazy. There we go. That's a boy. Yeah. Good boy. See if we get this here too. Yeah. That's a good job. That's a good boy job. Good job. That's a boy. Come on. Yeah. Very good boy. Get item, go to the box. Get item, go to the box. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Shoot. There we go. Yeah. What? There we go. Good job. Good scratches. So nothing crazy, happy-go-lucky puppy. Just normal stuff that you would expect from a dog that you're gonna use to compete or perform something pretty special, or ask for a dog to perform specific tasks from you. Just should be as easy as any pet dog that would come in here. You know, a golden retriever, a golden doodle, a Frenchie, or just a puppy just coming in. So I know this probably seems normal, but I've talked to a lot of breeders, and like I've probably said before in the prior video, but I get these dogs, I pick these dogs up 4 months old, 6 months old, 7 months old, and they can't walk in this room. They just can't. They're strong where they're at. They're strong in their field. They can't walk in this room. They have everything that they had at their house, the desire, gone. They see themselves in the mirror. They run and hide. You walk into a dark room, they tail between their legs. You walk into this room, tail between their legs, and the answer I always get is you got to develop the puppy. I just don't agree with it. So again, I'm just looking for puppies. These two seem to be doing really good. We're going to keep doing some other stuff with them too, but it's very important for us to have dogs that are designed and are internally what we want them to be for life. Like, we don't want to make the puppy do stuff that he's not designed to do. Trying to be fair with him. Yeah, he prefers to handle. like some people would be like, well, you got to give him soft objects. I mean, it doesn't get much softer than this, and this dude prefers the hard plastic handle. That's awesome. So to me, that speaks volumes. Oh, and he's holding on to that a lot easier than when he was holding on this. Super cool.